The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Paul, he's Ronnie, and well, we didn't need a postponed game to remind us of how shite Saturdays are without football, but that is exactly what we got. Like, subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube. Support the pod at buymeacoffee.com/DodeFox Podcast. Listen at dodefoxpodcast.com. Follow us on social media at Dode Fox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Hearts preview, loan report, Academy lads, women's team, the Tannadice Test, on this day with the Arab Archive, and we'll take a wee look at the season so far. It's all coming up on episode 320 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello, I'm Roddy Wimble and you're listening to the Dode Fox Podcast.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with the pitching Jigson, Paul McNichol, and trying to work out what Paul might moan about this week, Ronnie Costello.
I'm about drinks the pitch.
We're starting there.
Ah.
Well, Ken, the pitch, no great nick at the minute, and it's pretty shitey. It's fucking soaking. It's muddy. It's patchy. Okay, any of the above?
Don't think any of that was a lie, though.
Jackson, bastard, yeah. Yes, yeah, we'll get to you in a minute. Couple of wee bits. Roddy Wimble last week in a Cavalier 10-6's side.
Yeah. Well, it was unique to him. It was unique to him, but it
Unique
was
to Abdi.
It was unique to Abdi. Yeah, no, it was great getting a chat with Roddy, as you know, and the listeners want to know. But that has been in the pipeline since pre-COVID. We were supposed to try and get a conversation with Roddy, so we're glad that we finally made it work. It was good, and I could see how he writes songs and books and poems, because he made going to Tannadice and seeing somebody else sitting next to him eating a pie sound like one of the greatest things you've ever fucking heard in your life. Believable. So it's very nostalgic for him, and it was great listening to his wee story as well. And he's getting right back into United as well, although his journey supporting United's been a bit up and down, has it? He was right into it, and then it kind of fell by the wayside, and then he's coming right back into it again. So it was great to speak to him.
Too busy in the States, concentrate on the jobbies for Mars.
Correct. Still waiting on them going on Spotify. I've been checking every morning, Rhonda.
That was incredible. Like that gave us a right fucking giggle, I'll tell you, a right giggle. So we were audio only last week on YouTube, much to the disappointment of one person who was just being nosy, and they were very honest about it. I think there was something in the show notes just about audio, but basically once we recorded last week, and it was a bit back and forward because we were doing ours and then Roddy was on, and just some of the audio didn't sync with the voice, so it was like a badly dubbed Bruce Lee movie that I used to watch in the 80s. You know, I had spoken, then my mouth moved, so it was a wee bit chaotic. But the clips in that were okay. We managed to get on the socials and stuff, but hopefully this week we are okay. Also have been asked why are we online doing it? Well, basically to tell you this, Dode Fox Podcast HQ and my grand plans over the festive break was to rip that out and kind of start again, because obviously it's where I work for home for as well. So it was needing a wee bit of a tidy up, and I ripped that out. I never went back, and it's now the 25th of January. It's probably been 5 weeks since I've done that. But yeah, it is in the plans, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, to get back in there and tidy up and make it a bit more presentable, and maybe create a UFC octagon for
Excellent.
Paul's views once more, for Magic C's to be dished out. So,
Excellent. I'm all for that.
so that's the main reason, but hopefully, I think this is everything sort of what part of last week's only sort of glitch we had getting out to YouTube, although I've just caught myself in glorious 4K, and I'm not sure what MD's desperate to see the video for that, because I'm looking rough. I was working last night, Paul, and you know I'm no great with names. Sometimes didn't even
terrible.
ask.
You're terrible with names, Rhonda.
I am, and that's just pronouncing them, never mind numbers. So a boy had come up to us last night, and he's come up a few times, and he asks for, I'm pretty sure he always asks for Tate McRae. If you don't know who Tate McRae is, Paul, go to Google Tate McRae. Don't listen, just look. And then you'll assume, I'll tell you now, you'll assume pop star and you'll be correct. Any other assumption or any rabbit hole you end up doing, none to do with me, but you'll enjoy it. So he always asked for it, it's fine. And he would come up, and I was getting the sense every time he came up, he was chatting or he'd ask us something else. And he was like, you do that United podcast, eh? I was like, He's like, what's your favourite person you've interviewed? Oh, could have done me a run-up for this. So I said, and I'll let you think about this, Paul, because you'll need to answer this now. So I said, I says, came off the top of my head, Craig Brewster was my first real hero. So it needs to be Craig Brewster. Right away, without missing a beat, the boy said to me, my first, because he's definitely a lot younger than us. Let's put it that way, right? He says, no, my first memory of Craig Brewster is I'm near relegating United.
Okay.
And I was like,
Fair enough.
94's my obviously memory, Ken. First going to the cup final, not my first cup final, okay, but that cup final. So I put us on the spot. So if I'm putting you on the spot right now, Paul, what if you could pick any, and if somebody just says to you, tell us somebody I need to listen to, what interview do I need to listen to? And you can't use Andy Rowland because that's always your get out.
Yeah, Andy Rowland's good. You know what? I've thought about this a few times because I've been asked, Rondo. I genuinely didn't have a favourite. I've went through phases of having favourites. Like, I can remember Swanson's clearly. That was brilliant. Absolutely loved that. Paul Payton's, I loved that. Jim McAnally's was unbelievable.
Is that Paul Payton sat in his daughter's bedroom?
Yes, yeah.
Gold.
Ryan Gold. Like, there's loads of them that were good for different reasons. The majors is because it was probably so surprising that it was so enjoyable for us.
Yeah.
But the one that I always go back to, the one that's probably most special, was Andy McLaren. And I'm not just saying that because he's the live show guest next week, but because he was the first person to give us the time, apart from Eunice and Jono. But he was the first ex-player that took the time to speak to us, and he was very gracious, and he couldn't have been any nicer that night. So yeah, I always go back to that one.
And the thing we, Andy, as well, I mean, we thought 45 minutes was long. Look what we're churning out now.
I know. Exactly. Well, Sean Dillon was class as well. There's no been any that I've not enjoyed, and I didn't really have a favourite. There's my cop-out. I didn't have a favourite.
So there you go, he copped to it. But yeah, that was, again, I'm not going to have names, so I didn't even bother asking, but you'll get my ears. But he can't. But sure he said, he didn't say it like,
just call him
but
Tate.
He definitely, aye, all right, Tate. I'll get him out of forget now. Can't wait till you text me later once you've checked. Well, Tate McRae is. So yeah, that was last night. So that's the reason I've got massive bags under my ears right now. And it is, like you've alluded to, Paul, it's live show week.
Yes, almost upon us, Rondo. Next time we put out an episode, it will have been done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll talk more about it later on. We've got bits of info and stuff that we'll post out on the socials, because I know some people maybe want to bother listening because there's no game. I think, what's McNichol going to moan about this week?
Correct.
Believe me, he will.
Something.
Yeah, but are you in live show mode yet? Given it, or are you waiting to Monday for the full breakdown to hit?
For Monday, yeah. I can't know you've been peppering us with notes and updates and whatever, but
grafting, you mean?
100%, Rondo. You've been pulling it all together, and I've been keeping it all together by avoiding it. So for Monday, my head will be in the game, and for Thursday, I will be a nervous wreck of a man.
What Paul doesn't realise, he's actually got a to-do list on there, so that should be quite fun. Right, we will get to that, but let's delve into the week that was. With no game, we will touch on that, but we'll have a look back at the season so far to fill that void. The week that was, we spoke about it last week, Scottish Cup, getting through to the next round. Can you remember the couple of teams that you did mention that you'd hope to get in the next round?
I said I wanted the poorest team in it. I said I didn't want to go to Spartans. I don't think I said I wouldn't be averse to getting them, but clearly I wouldn't have been averse to getting them. You just want to avoid the bigger teams, don't you?
So Spartans at home on Saturday, 7th of February. And for me, and this is a wee bit of my kind of slight bias on it, that I'm glad it's none of these shitty kickoffs. I've had enough of next week's already, and it's not even been here. But because
Yeah.
when I saw the games picked for TV fixtures, you just never know. Because again, TV companies may look and go, Spartans have done well.
Nah.
You know, United kind of
when,
got a game on.
Yeah, we'll get there. No, when the draw was made, I was delighted with it. And I also thought there's no danger that game's getting picked for TV. There's no danger. So that's almost, well, it's guaranteed that'll be a Saturday at 3 o'clock. What games got shown or on the TV?
Well, I think, I'll touch on that. I think if it was to be at Spartans.
Yeah, possibly. Especially the last time over there, we got pumped.
Aye, so the Scottish Cup TV games are, what's the date? 6th of February, the Friday night, Airdrie against St Mirren is on BBC Scotland. Saturday, 7th of February, 5:30 on Premier Sports, it's Celtic against Dundee. 7:30 on the Saturdays, Aberdeen Motherwell. So there's 2 Prem clubs going out. Sunday, the 8th of February, 2 o'clock. You'll not be shocked at this, Paul, but Celtic are on the TV against Stranraer.
Rangers. The Rangers.
Rangers, sorry, aye. Doesn't matter. They're both playing wee teams. So.
Correct.
And 7:30 on a Sunday, Stenhousemuir against Falkirk.
It's a derby, is it?
Yeah, and Stenhousemuir pumped Morton, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you watch that game on Friday?
I watched a wee bit of it. I got bored. I got bored when the keeper took a goal kick and kicked it out of the ground.
I've been there and it's been like that, and generally went, well, what the fuck am I doing here?
But Rondo, it was like that pre-season. Like, it might have been a beautiful sunny day. It was like a beautiful sunny day, but it was a game of 2 halves because of the wind. Our both are used to it.
And Ken, what we'll do? We'll still try and kick the ball in the air against the wind.
So I was watching maybe the first 20, 30 minutes, and for once, now I am absolutely dead against keepers playing the ball out on the deck 10 years to their defenders. But I was thinking, how is nobody doing that in the night? Just, you're kicking it out the ground. It near ended up in DeVito's at one point. It was ridiculous.
I fucking nearly did. So there's no waifs and strays coming on Friday, certainly, that had lost their white and Greenock, put it that way, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it was Scottish football, it's never boring. But yeah, the TV games, Airdrie St Mirren, Celtic Dundee, Aberdeen Motherwell, Rangers Stranraer, and Stenhousemuir Falkirk. I had the actual draw up, but I don't know where it's went. Let's see if I can find it again, because there's some no bad ties now. We've obviously got Spartans. Dunfermline are playing Kelty. Dunfermline, great result last week. Elgin played Partick. What's the other one? That's it. That is it. It's 5 TV games. Yeah.
A lucky draw, Rondo, could see you in the semi-finals. It could. Let's be honest, like, nobody's taking anything for granted because it's United, and you never take anything for granted.
Well, I think when you look at the fixtures,
they should get past Spartans, and if you get Elgin, Partick, Dunfermline or Kelty in the quarters, is anybody unhappy at that? Absolutely not.
I think if you look at them, so Airdrie St Mirren, right? So even say St Mirren go through there. Elgin, Partick, one of them's going through, so say even Partick go through, Celtic go through, Rangers go through, Dunfermline, Kelty.
Dunfermline will go through.
So again, Dunfermline go through, United go through, Aberdeen or Motherwell go through, and then a Falkirk go through. Ken, like you say, you get a wee look at the draw, given you've got either Elgin or Partick, either Dunfermline or Kelty are in there. Obviously, when Stranraer sweep aside Rangers at some point would be class. So yeah, like you say, you just never know.
Just got to be in it.
And I'll be honest, watching clips back of a certain semi-final in 94, as it was this week, for notes for somebody later this week. Oh man, it was magnificent. I mean, and we'll get a player's point of view of how fucking John Burridge made that fucking save.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you say, you never know. You get about a nicer draw. It could be interesting. So yeah, but happy enough. I think we've got to be happy with the draw on paper.
Definitely.
Former United chairman Stephen Thompson has made a move. He's into ice hockey. He's joined the Fife Flyers as Chief Operating Officer.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, didn't it? Came out of nowhere. I didn't care what to think of that. I'm not sure I think anything of it.
If they weren't a Fife, I'd wish them luck, and they might need it. But nah, up them.
There's good people for Fife that listen to this nonsense.
That's only because they pulled you up for saying they were 10 fingers and married to their sister.
But the Fife Flyers, they can go and take a jump, Rondo. I'm not a fan. I'm definitely a Dundee Stars man, so up the Flyers.
Get up them.
Get right up
Lucas Stevenson will be here for the season. Liverpool could only recall him if he failed to make a certain number of appearances. Well, he's made 21. So I'm going to say, unless the bar was very high in all the games we could have played, he will be here until May.
Yeah, good. That's obviously a bonus. And I don't think anybody will be unhappy with that doing Tannadice.
There's one thing I got us, we're lucky enough sometimes we got us to do wee bits and bobs for publications, websites, news. I mean, you're usually never off being the social media whore. It's been quiet because there's not been any controversy. I mean, they might ask you for your grasskeeping opinion very soon. The green-fingered Paul McNichol said we should lay some sand down for wicks and see what happens. But I got us to do a thing for one of the Liverpool sites about Lucas Stevenson. Now, obviously, the boys going, King, you see him playing Liverpool's first team, and I'm going, whoa, hang on, mate. I says, but it wouldn't surprise me if he has anything near the season he had last year for United. And I said, one of the big, to show how much he meant to the team, how important he was for the team, was how we were in the final 5 games, because he wasn't there. I says, that showed it. I says, but I would not be surprised if next season he's played in the Championship in England, he's moved for £1 million, couple of £1 million or whatever, just because he's that type of player. That's kind of where I would sort of see it. And just to have that type of player for another 4 or 5 months, brilliant.
Yeah, because he'll not be back. And if Liverpool did decide to sell him, he'll still not be back because he will be massively out of our price range. So we've just got to enjoy him while he's here. But yeah, people do tend to ask, could you see him getting into the Liverpool team? You're like, Christ almighty, like that's the top of the tree stuff, you know. It's hard to see anybody in Scottish foot. You could ask about any player that plays in Scotland. Do you reckon they'd get in the Liverpool team? Your default position would be nah. It's going to be really difficult, but you can never say never. He's got a lot of the attributes that you need to make it in football. You know, his desire great. He's no short of ability. He's very versatile. He never gives up. You know, he's got loads of positives going for him, but it is still going to be a big ask to get into a Liverpool team. But then when Andy Robertson left United, you never would have thought that he would have had the career trajectory that he's had. So you can never say never. And he's already at Liverpool, so he's got one foot in the door at least. He's got a better chance than most, but it's still going to be a big ask. But he'll be all right. As you say, even if he doesn't make it at Liverpool, he'll get a decent team on a decent wage.
I think he'll go into have a really good career as well. We mentioned it last week. Do we think there will be an end to the Will Ferry? I nearly said transfer saga. It's not really the transfer rumours. By the end of the window, Vancouver Whitecaps, Real Salt Lake are in the hunt for him.
It would be very United for us to ship him out the last day of the window, wouldn't it? Or even after the window, like what we did with Kevin Holt. I don't know. It's kind of went a wee bit quiet, but then is that just because I'm not online as much or reading the papers or anything? I'm not sure, but I don't want him to go anywhere until at least the summer, personally. But I don't get a say in it, Rondo. So it's not really up to me, unfortunately, even though it should be. But I still maintain he's not going to be here next season. I would be absolutely stunned. And whether or not, I think we touched on it last week, whether or not the MLS transfer window is slightly different, we actually might lose him in March or so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how all that works, but it would be really disappointing if we were to see him go before the end of the season.
Transfer window closes March 26th.
For the MLS? Yeah, see, that's absolutely no good to us.
Do you want to have a guess when it opens?
Is it open?
opens the day as this episode comes out.
All right, okay. Well, we'll see.
So by
Won't
the
we?
time you listen to this, he might be in Vancouver.
Nah, but he'll not be. They'll not be in any hurry, because if their season doesn't start for a good few weeks yet, then they're not going to be in any hurry. It's not like they need to get a player in the door to do a pre-season, because he'll be fully fit and up to speed. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I hope he doesn't go anywhere just now.
I think they might be one of the leagues that are moving in line with all the other leagues as well, which
Yeah,
is pretty good.
I think we should all move to summer football after what I saw yesterday.
So we should move the
Which
other
was
leagues
nothing.
in,
Which was nothing. Yeah, better weather.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Will Ferry, I mean, very much part of the way United are doing things. Bring players in, develop them, and sell them on.
Yep, guaranteed. The day he signed, that was the plan. The day he signed, but yeah, you don't want to be losing them halfway or 3/4 of the way through a season. Personally, I don't know, but again, like I said, I didn't make any decisions down Tannadice way around her.
And if a check for £1 million comes in,
Yeah, but then even that, so people look at that and think, but that's good money. That money's just going straight to the chairman. He's just trying to get some dosh back. Rightly or wrongly, he spent an awful lot of money. A lot of it wasted, I would say. So
wait, you mean
even
it's now not going in your pocket like it should? Is that what you're saying?
No, I would never say it should go in my pocket, Rondo. But I think when some people, I think majority of people are switched on, but you get some people like, it'd be class if you get $1 million or $2 million for Will Ferry and then we can go and get him. His replacement's already signed, as far as I'm concerned, like the boy Farrugia. That's why I think he was brought in to replace Will Ferry. I could be wrong. I might be miles off that, but that's my take on things. It doesn't matter how much we sell him for. We'll not see any of it.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong on that take and that. But
Hope so.
I don't think Farrugia's a replacement. I think the replacement might be in the building, but I think it would be a lopsided Dario Namo would be his replacement if it meant in January. I think. That's just how I think. I don't think Farrugia's been brought into play to go look at play right wing. I think that's just my thought.
He's left-footed.
You can play an inverted winger. That's just what I think. But again, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, like you, I hope it's the summer.
We're guessing. Yeah, of course. Ultimately, just if you're gonna sell him in the summer. Let's get the season out.
We've guessed for 320 episodes.
Exactly. And it's still going, so we're doing all right.
Right, I'm obviously looking for your knowledge here, because United are exploring a pre-contract deal for defender Evan Weir, who's left-footed, and depending what website you read, he's a left centre-back or he's a left-back.
Yeah, well, obviously, I know absolutely less than nothing about Evan Weir. Is he related to Davy? Who knows? I don't care nothing about him. If it's a left-footed centre-back, does that mean that we're long-term not likely to keep Tannadice?
Well, again, let's say it depends what website you read, because some people hear him playing as a left-back, so it's hard to
so
say.
Is he the Will Ferry replacement? Sure. Who knows? Who knows? But
Walsall.
Walsall. Again, I couldn't even pick Walsall out on a map. So I can nothing. About nothing.
Again, it's in the Midlands, that's about it. Gillingham, Oldham and United are among the clubs eyeing up Forest Green winger Kyle McAllister. He scored 11, provided 5 assists so far this season. At the minute, there is no bids in for him. Do you recognise that name?
I do, yeah. I remember him at St Mirren, and he was all right. He was a tricky winger, I remember. Yeah, that's all I remember. And then he disappeared down south, probably earning some decent money. I wouldn't be averse to that, because I think our wingers will change. Like, I'd be amazed if Trapanovsky's here. Dolchik's not going to be back.
Fatal go, obviously.
He's not going to be back. So, yeah, there's going to be, again, for the umpteenth year on the bounce, there's going to be big changes at Tannadice in the summer, regardless. So
I'm not sure we go the number this time, though.
Well, hopefully not. But like, there's still going to be a big overhaul, you would imagine. Like, look at apart from our whole forward line just now, Sapsford, Sturton. Is that the only ends that are guaranteed to be back? Probably. Yeah. So you're going to need to bring in a lot of bodies there.
Well, Farrugia's in.
He's replacing Milferi, Rondo.
Fuck off. McAllister's been at Forest Green since he left St Mirren. I'll tell you a name who came up when I was basically Googling this to remind, because I'm same as you, I kind of went, I recognise him, he's played up here. You mind the lad Regan Henry? Good player, centre midfielder.
I know the name, yeah. Who did he play
was
for?
A good player. Wraith and Ross County, I want to say.
No one him then. No one him. Are we getting linked to him?
Oh, Wraith, he was Wraith. I think we have been in the past. He's currently at Mansfield. He was at Forest Green and because mind they were spending a lot of money bringing a lot of boys down.
Big dunk.
So he was at Tranmere. He's at Mansfield now, but I always thought he was a good player, Ken. But
Regan Henry.
We'll keep an eye on that one. A couple of other bits. Former United loanee Emmanuel Adebayoga. He's joined Rotherham on a permanent deal. It didn't kick a bar for Norwich. Got injured in pre-season, right enough, but he's moved on a permanent deal. Always liked him. Didn't think he was quite built out for the physical of the Scottish football, but he loved attacking.
Yeah, he was young. He contributed to a few goals. He had good games. He had moments in games.
How was his debut?
His debut was louping. Certainly the first 45 minutes. But also, and it's like, as we all know, anybody that listens to this nonsense, I'm a greeting face so-and-so, and I'm pretty negative of mind as well. And the things that strike me about Adebayoga that always jumps into my mind is the Motherwell game, when he allowed the bat to bounce 14 times for Masvanisi in that behalf of him. Like, what? Manny, what are you doing? But I think that he was a good player in the main for us. I liked him. I wouldn't have been against him coming back on loan this season.
Yeah.
But ultimately, he's went back home. Never really got a game, and now he's moved to somebody else permanently. So, good luck to him.
Yeah, I think it's like that. It's just getting yourself playing and whatever. You know what I mean? An ex-loanee, like Aina. Do you know who he plays for now?
Look, Aina. So he was Huddersfield, wasn't he? And then did he not go to Ross County?
Yeah.
I have no idea where he'll be.
Salford City.
Salford City.
Is it Salford now? Again, I go and do that wee rabbit hole once I was getting players and going on and seeing. Might have been checking out for the Tannadice Test. This might be knowledge I'm dropping in here.
I forget what you've said within minutes, Rondo, so there's no chance.
As you swing there on your fancy new chair you've got yourself, that people watching could see you a smug. Special mention for United fan Kurt Herd. He's been appointed the interim boss of the Dominican national team. Now, I didn't think I'm breaking any embargo here, Paul, but apparently he's looking in to see if you've got any Dominican heritage in you, so you could get a call up.
Is he needing a subby? Or a water boy?
He's needing something.
He's not needing a holiday. Oh, I'll carry his bag.
That means going on a plane, you're fucked.
I'll get the extra leg room, I'll be fine. Here, a great story, a success story. I love to hear boys for Dundee doing well. I love it even more if they're Arabs.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and the fact, like, I've known of Kurt, like, that he's a coach and whatever, and he's clearly backed himself. You know, he's fearless in just going out of the world to follow his coaching aspirations, and it's ultimately led to him being in charge of a national team. Unbelievable stuff. Well done to him.
See what team he'll come up against?
He's going to come up against Yort.
Yes, indeed he will. What's the bets on him scoring?
Well, if he scores, Kurt should tender his resignation.
Or lay the head on him. One of the two.
One of the two. And maybe lay the head first and then say, where were these goals when you were at Tannadice, you prick?
I get well soon to podcast pal Declan Glass. He's had a knee operation and begins his rehab. Hopefully get back to shelling bars into the car park soon. But his dad's sure had put a post up and he's in the full brace. But I was trying to messaging his old man, getting to find out what was going on, because I literally seen it an hour ago or whatever, to see what happened. But I was looking back through Cove's fixtures, but he's not been in the squad for a while, so I don't know if this has happened a wee while ago and they couldn't operate. I don't know what the story is, but Very much get well soon to Deco, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a nightmare for him. I know that he's had this knee injury for a while, and that's probably one of the reasons, at least, that Lewis O'Donnell's went there and had so much game time, because they're kind of the same position. I think also Fraser Fivey's just coming back for an injury, but Declan Glass, if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck when it comes to injuries. Like, such a talented player a good few years ago, very confident player as well. Sort of player that you actually like to go and watch playing football, but things have just held him back, and it's such a shame for the guy.
Another good episode, that, by the way, Deco's episode. It's quite good
That
fun.
was,
He's,
yeah.
He tells some really good stories, and that's probably the first one that we really had that was a real delve into the new way of coming through the academy, as in, they weren't doing like shitty jobs or all this. It was the new way of doing it. So that was it's a pretty good. It's episode 109, which is actually hard to believe this, Paul. When that episode was published, I've got this in front of me.
109,
August
200, 4 years ago.
August 2021.
Wow.
2021, which means Deco was about 20 at the time. He's 25.
Yeah. He was just coming back from injury. That's how we got to speak to him.
That's how he spoke to him.
Yeah.
But
we must have only had about an hour, one player after him for the club. Arcs.
Well, I mean, that was the restraining order we lifted that day.
We had to sponsor him to get the courtesy to speak to him now.
And then Ryan Edwards wanted to square go you at the door.
That's all right. And then he left. He can't better. I'd have just threw a ball in between and he would have run away, so it'd have been fine.
He just went out the gear. Well, it doesn't work in audio, but I'm leaning myself back for that bar coming in across the box. So yeah. All eyes are on the pitch, Jinx. After last week's comments.
Yeah.
Paul, what did you do on your Saturday off apart from moan?
Not much, really. I just watched I had porridge for the first time, Rondo. There's a breaking news. Unbelievable.
Wait a minute. For the first time ever?
I've had a taste of it before, and I thought it was absolutely minging. However, now I think that I believe some people put salt on it, and I think I maybe had porridge with a wee bit of salt on it, and it was disgusting. So I never ever went back. So I had porridge yesterday with syrup, because I've got sweet teeth, no sweet tooth, and it was bra. And then for the afternoon rondo, what was I watching? I was flicking between games in my townhouse across the border somewhere that I will remain undisclosed. So I was looking at, I had a wee bit of the Kelly game on, Kelly Motherwell, and then you were messaging us about it was Aberdeen game or something, so I flipped onto that.
Mental.
Yeah, and before I bitch about the Tannadice pitch, the one thing that I did notice is that apart from Falkirk's pitch, and we all know why that doesn't look shit, like Motherwell and Aberdeen's pitch look shit. Like, and ours has looked shit as well. And I think that you've got to say that it's the first game that's been called off in a number of years. And that's fair enough. But it does, like I did mention it last week, because I've noticed it for a few weeks now, like the pitch just does not look great. Now, I don't know why that is. I know that we lost our groundsman, and then the boy that replaced him, he had to leave because of like personal matters as well. I don't know if we've cut funding or something, but you can just, it's night and day, as much as it pains me to say it, to the pitch that's just up the road, albeit they had to spend a lot of money on their pitch. They had to spend a lot of money.
Fines.
Yes, yeah, of course, that's how bad that it was. So I don't think that we're that bad yet, but like looking for the outside in, like it's no great. I think in some ways it was probably a blessing in disguise that the game was off yesterday, because if that game had went ahead, that would have absolutely wrecked the pitch for the remainder of the season, I would imagine. And again, I say that as a qualified groundsman who has cut the grass in his own garden numerous times, and I've even done the edging from time to time. But I do think that if that game had got played yesterday, with all the rain that we've seen in Dundee over the past week, it probably just would have ruined the pitch for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think one of the main things is, we aren't alone. Like, 'cause I thought Motherwell, and I certainly thought Pittodrie didn't look great at all yesterday.
No, they look poor.
Yeah, and again, I mean, we all saw a bit of the problem for last week, you know what I mean? And I mean, it has been mental, like, I get that, but really frustrating at the moment. But I'm kind of with you as well. Like, could you imagine the state of the pitch after the game? Like, what it would have been like? It would have been just a disaster.
I think it's going to be poor to the end of the season anyway, but if you had played on it when it's in that condition, you would have wrecked it. You would have absolutely wrecked it. So
Yeah.
I think there's room for improvement with the pitch. I think the game was probably called off because of everything that's happened, but there is also room for improvement with the pitch. Why it's in the state it's in, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like you say, to see a few other, but you just think, wow, that's, yeah, we're certainly no alone, but yeah, it's plenty dubs. We're at certainly for yesterday, and obviously, like, it was in them days, Ken, it was bittersweet and all, like, because my granddad, he was going to hospital for his 90th yesterday. So again, once they rearrange that, Ken, you're usually going to be midweek. You
Stinking.
don't get as big a crowd, stuff like that. And I think the earliest midweek they can play, it's the 16th of February, because we play next midweek, Hibs away. We play the following midweek at home to Aberdeen, I think. So the first time would be the week of the 16th, which then you're going Wednesday, Saturday for 3 weeks.
Yeah. And the pitch will take a battering in that time as well. So
Oh,
yeah, I
100%.
think all in. Although it was shit yesterday because it's Saturdays are for football. Let's be honest, that's how me and you record this, and that's why people listen, because we all love football on a Saturday. But I think it was maybe a blessing in disguise that was spared that pitch, that poor-looking pitch, for at least another week until the Jambos come along.
Yeah, I mean, going for that at the minute, you're obviously Hearts at home on Saturday. Away at Hibs on the 4th, home to Spartans on the 7th, home to Aberdeen the 11th, which is the Wednesday. Away to Falkirk the 14th, home to Killie on the 21st, and away to Motherwell on the 28th. There's 7 games already.
It's intense
in a month.
Yep, it's intense.
Absolutely.
It'd be a good time to hit some form.
Yeah, and then it'll be a Scottish Cup week, and then it's back up the road to the best pitch in the world, if Dundee fans are to be believed, in the middle of March. So,
but their pitch has had a lot of TLC and money spent on it. Rondo is looking good. There's no doubt about it, as it should.
Still had plenty of dubs on it Friday and Saturday. So
plenty dubs, and it's had plenty dung on it for the season as well.
Full of dumplings day. So yeah, so the game off. So await the rearranged fixture for it, and obviously Simon we're going to bring with them the biggest footballer in the world, another land of the giants added to their squad during the week. 6'7" or something. It's like that. I mean, but they didn't play direct football. Stephen Robinson doesn't like that.
No, of course, but he would have been in Ross Graham's hipper. I've absolutely no doubt about that.
Let's have a wee look at the season so far then, given we opportune break. We've played 22, so we're at quite a nice time to do this. There's in the final run of fixtures ahead of fixture 33 in the split. So as of today, we are sitting 8th, I think, in the if I've no completely made that up, I think.
No, we are
sitting in 8th position, 22 played, 5 wins, 10 draws, 7 defeats, 25 points. We've scored 28. We've conceded 34, goal difference of -6. Just in case you didn't listen when you were in maths at Craig, yeah, Paul. The bigger theme to take for that, draw specialists. 10 out of 22.
Yeah. A lot of missed opportunities in their games as well, I would say, Rondo. When we've been leading games, looking comfortable, and then just not getting the job done. I think it's been a bit of an underwhelming season so far. And you probably, I mean, you had the amazing highs, a lot of fans getting away on the European trips, and we're doing relatively well in the European games as well. But the league season, it's never caught fire, really, has it? It's been a bit stop-start. The fact that we've only won 5 games in 22 is, if I'm being honest, pretty terrible. As you said, draw specialists, so it's not like we've lost a whole load of games, but you're needing more wins on that. on that record, I would say, massively.
Yeah. 10 draws for 22 games, 45% a game. I mean, yeah, you're not losing them. You're not winning them. 1 point
No,
going
I
to
know.
3 is so much nicer there.
Yeah. And it's usually, it feels like it's been in Gaelic. I didn't have it right in front of us, but if you were analysing it all, sitting here, it feels like it's 1 point that we get the position where we should have had 3, more than, we scored a last minute equaliser to win a point there. Like, it feels like you've dropped more points than you've won in the number of draws that we've had. So, yes, it's been quite disappointing. I think everybody will be aware of that. It's also been disappointing in the sense that at the start of the season, when Jim Goodwin had thrown all these guys together, we looked really good. Now, I wonder if that's because the sun was shining, the crowds were big, the pitches were all good, and everybody was just playing nice football on nice surfaces. But now that pitches have turned a wee bit less good, if you want, shite if you want to be honest, the weather's colder, the crowds aren't as great. It's just no clicking, and it's just no kicked on for that promising start that we had at the start of the season. I personally thought we would have seen a team grow and get better, and that's why we were all quite enthusiastic and hopeful about what this season would bring. And as I say, it's, if anything, it's went the other way. We've got poorer as the seasons went on.
Yeah. Looking at the draws, I mean, just to list through them for the league. 2-2 with Falkirk, 3-3 with Hibs, 1-0 with Livingston, 2-0 with Rangers, 1-0 with Hearts, 1-0 with Killie, 2-0 with Rangers, 0-0 with Motherwell, 1-0 with Hibs, 1-0 with Aberdeen.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Probably should have won.
3-1 up at Hibs. 2-1 up twice against Rangers. It's disappointing. And another thing that's disappointing is we're record against Killie. And I ken every team's got a bogey team, but cheesy, peeps Rondo. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. When you see them, like, they look absolutely... I don't think they'll go doing it. I would imagine that'll be Livingston, but like, Killie are doing their best to go down. Like, they're just not playing very well. They have all the hallmarks of a team that are in that position that usually end up relegated or damn near as close to it as possible. And the fact that we've barely laid a glove on them all season, it's pretty stinking, to be honest with you. Like, we need to be so much better.
I think, looking at this, I think it's 10 games against Killie since we beat them.
Yeah, bogey team. Bogey team. They must look at that and think, I can't wait to play United.
So we've played them 3 times already this year.
Beat me twice.
Beat me twice out the cup. Got beat 2-0. We were dreadful that day at Tannadice. Drew down there 1-0. Last season, 2 draws and a defeat. Mind it was the 3-3 game.
Yeah, Ross Graham in the 99th minute or something.
Yeah, and then 1-0, and then there's obviously the Jack Walton incident. Obviously happened. And then
the 1-0 at home as well. That was the Richard O'Dada, the penalty that, Christ almighty, he's connected with the boys.
In the last minute.
That was almost the last kick of the match. So we've not had much luck, but we've a lot of the time you got to earn your luck, and we've not really been very good when it comes to games against Killie. Like, far from it.
Season before that, played them 6 times, but the win was a Wednesday night in November. Beat them 4-0.
Yeah, we were 3-0 up quite quick in that game, weren't we? McInnes made
that's
loads
when
of
he
changes.
done the 3 subs on the half hour. Kieran Freeman, Jamie McGrath, Glenn Middleton, Dylan Levitt over the goals. And that was in the really random games that stats mean hee-haw, because they had like 10 shots to our 6 and had 60% of the bar, yet got bet 4-0, which is obviously pleasing. But yeah, and I mean, well, Abdi's got a bogey team, but this end just feels like it's been lingering for donkeys now.
Yeah.
And they're no great. They are not. The bits I seen yesterday, holy moly. I ken they got a boy sent off, but and that Robbie Dees, man, what the harm he has. Honestly.
Yeah, they're not a particularly great team. I tell you what, the wee bits of that game that I saw, as much as the pitch was stinking, Motherwell still play some nice football. Still knocked it about in the bother,
they're good. It'll be interesting to see if they end this transfer window with the same team, because there's obviously a lot of interest in Maswinise for I think both sides of the Old Firm and stuff. But
Yeah, and in fairness to him, when he first came into the game, he just looked like the roadrunner to me. I just thought, this boy's got loads of pace. Well, hey, keep an eye on him. Like, try and keep the ball off him. But he's really developed into a good striker. He kens exactly where the goal is. He's no shy in taking a shot, and his record speaks for
helps him
itself.
be
Really,
a system for a goal right off.
100% it does.
Just target me. Just hit.
100%. But he's got this uncanny knack of being in the right place at the right time to take advantage of these mistakes. So fair play to the boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So far this season, Saps for top goal scorer was 6. Max Was, Lucas Stevenson, Amar Fatah got 4. And assists-wise, Amar and Luca with 3 each so far.
Yeah. And again, stats didn't tell the whole story, because Max Waters sitting in second place there. Was he scored for August? Like, when was his last goal? He doesn't even look like scoring just now.
Paul, don't worry. I'll tell you that in a second. I'll get to that in a second for you.
You please do. But yeah, you could throw all the stats you want at me, Rondo. Ultimately, I'm just going to have the same opinion. We need to be a good bit better than what we have been for here on in to the end of the season.
His last goal was August. There you go.
Yeah. So against Vienna. Score. See, that's... And I know he's missed a significant amount of time with injury. I get that, but it's since he's come back, he's no looked like he's going to get another 4 goals for us. So we need to be better. I tell you, one of the things that we've never really touched on it when we were on about the week that was, like, it's concerning to me that we still haven't brought in a goalkeeper, because I think that was a major need prior to the transfer window opening. Like, we all knew it. Like, you were asking me for weeks, and I get it. It doesn't really fucking matter what I say. You were saying, what's the one position that we need? It was a goalkeeper. Like, clearly we need another goalkeeper in the building. And it looks, again, for the outside looking in, that we must have put all our eggs in the Jack Alnwick basket, because as soon as that's went the opposite way, that we were only going to get him, it's went quiet, and there's no been any. And I'm not, just because we've not heard anything doesn't mean to say nothing's happening. But you would have been hoping that this was dealt with at the start of the month. Like, we're only about a week away now for the windy closing.
Sapson's got 8 actually, no 6. So he has done
8 goals.
I think the goalkeeper situation is something. I think for that to not get burnt again, it's the position that you need to. It's hard to say, get it right, because Kucherenko didn't work out, but I think it has to be the right decision.
Do you think people at the club are thinking that we're safe for relegation? So let's not push the boat out to get a keeper or whatever?
Because I think generally just for the point of view of, you need a third goalkeeper regardless, but you also need to get the right. And I think they could take. I think the club could probably take a goalkeeper to get you through at the end of the season to help with your injury situation, but it's the going forward planning of that. Whereas you're in a really shitey time to get any players, as we know. I mean, the January window's never great. Jack Arnick deal, also there was a lot of noise about that, and then, you know, a fee gets involved and money and whatever, and he'd been on good dough doing there as well, you know what I mean? And again, if agents are telling you, oh, he's keen, and then, oh wait, you can actually get more money for staying down here, or the same money for staying down here, and whatever. Because ultimately you're needing that third, and it wouldn't surprise me, because I know you love them, but if Rory Adams ended up on like a co-op agreement, if there was a third goalkeeper, just so you can go and play football, but could be available if there's a crisis, you know what I mean? Because at the minute, you think about it, if Dave goes down injured, Rudy's in, and then was on the bench, Lewis Haldane, like a young boy,
and he's on loan.
That's where you are at the minute. Okay, so I think certainly, though, I'd be surprised if a keeper doesn't come in, but whether it's going to be our next number one going forward, I'm not sure. Because again, if there's a goalie available in January, he's available for a reason. Unless he plays in a league, which probably will be out with the UK, given our signing policy at the moment. But it would be somebody that's a season's finished Scandinavia, America, their summer leagues that you
Yeah.
love. So that would possibly, if you're getting somebody for here, is it a number one that's came back for injury and kind of get his place back? Is it that needs to go play for 6 months? Maybe it's that.
Yeah. I just think it's poor
I
that
think
we've not
Dave
brought
Richards
anybody in
doesn't.
yet.
Yeah, but I still think it's not as easy as just bringing a player in. I get that. Like, my mate says, but Aberdeen have signed a keeper. I was like, aye. I says, we're in a different pond here, like, for the dosh they can pay. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was mad, but I think their subby keeper's injured, which is why they've had to bring another keeper in. And Meathoff does his best just to look like a brilliant keeper one minute and then look like he's never seen a football the next, Ken.
Yeah, a jersey seller the next minute.
So, and we've had a few of them. So it's a real interesting. I think Dave Richards is a good goalkeeper, but yeah, and I think that's fine. And he's took his chance, but there are still been errors that have led to goals and stuff, and that's And again, he will bring off a brilliant save, which he did against Rangers, but in the same game, the ball was all over the place at one point, was missing, crossing that, and then, so I think keepers are like that. I mean, United probably didn't need a crazy over-the-top goalkeeper in Kucherenko at that time, possibly with a new defence and everything coming in. But I think Kucherenko was a good goalkeeper. He made us play quicker, everything like that. But ultimately, if you punch the ball in your own net, there's a problem, and that's...
Yeah, you've got to be reliable.
That's that. Yeah.
And
I mean, you look
never
like...
knew what you were going to get. You never knew what you were going to get with Kucherenko. One minute he could make a great save and then set up a good attack. The next minute he's turning his back and the ball's going past him into the net, and you're like, how has that happened? So you need reliability in that position.
I mean, you talk reliability, Jack Walton for 2 years, big mistake against Dundee, probably the line does, and has a mistake yesterday, it leads to a goal. Ken, it does happen for goalies, but I would still say Walton's were few and far between. Like,
Steady the ship.
The biggest thing was always he took too long to release a bar, get a bar moving. Like, that was just his thing. But he ultimately was a good goalkeeper. The goalkeepers make mistakes. And as we know, if they make a mistake, it tends to lead to the bar going in the poke. So it'll be really interesting what happens in the next week. I can't remember. We actually said when it closed, if it was a Sunday. I think it is a Sunday.
I think it is the Sunday, yeah.
So,
I think it's the Sunday.
So a week the day as we're recording it. Yeah, really interesting. We probably didn't expect loads of business. I probably thought we might have brought in 2 or 3, including a goalkeeper, to be fair. But again, I didn't see we're bringing in a winger or a Will Ferrer replacement, depending why you're listening on this podcast. But I didn't see a Ferrugia coming in, put it that way.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if a centre half came in. You could maybe do a midfielder that's something a bit different, can get you out the park a bit more. And
it would be very United-like to leave the window weaker.
Would we be weaker though?
I'm just saying, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 7 days. Like, if Will Ferry was to go, and maybe into the loan...
replacement in the building, you're telling me?
Yeah, we do, but I don't care if he's any good. You don't care if he's any good. It's one thing...
He sat on the bench and went swimming yesterday.
When we got rid of GMS and Stuart Armstrong, we brought in their replacements, but they weren't as good as them. So you can replace boys all you want, but the level of quality, you just don't know. And I'm far from writing the boy off. I just don't know. I've never seen him. I hope that we get the Shamrock Rovers version rather than the Barnsley version, but you just got to hope for that, I suppose. So, disappointed that we've not brought a keeper in. Surprised that we've not brought a couple in, like you said, and really hoping that we're going to shit the bed and leave the windy weaker.
I think that the big thing is always as well, can you bring a player in January, they've got to be better than what you've got. Really, Ken. And you could take that mug you're drinking out as fucking gospel.
You're the prick. No, but that's we every signing
that mug.
We every signing you say that though, Rondo. Like, it's not just January. Anytime you bring somebody in, you should be thinking, right, he's an upgrade. Especially if you're like United, let us know like you're building a massive, massive squad, or you're like, right, okay, we'll put him on the bench. So you've got to be looking as a default that these guys are going to be coming in to be upgrades rather than padding out a squad. But I don't know. Like, I think, again, I go back to it. Like, I think the budget with the pitch has been cut for what I can see. I think the budget, and it's been rumoured that the playing budget's been cut, and that's the way it looks. That's the way it looks, because I dare say that the people that are on the recruitment, and Goodwin himself, they're probably identifying players that they want to bring in. But it's no easy. Aberdeen, they get an injury one day, the next day they've signed a keeper because it's a wee bit easier for them because they can throw a wee bit of more dosh at that problem. It looks like we can't throw any dosh at the problem. And that's no a slight at the recruitment team. That's the top of the tree. Like, if the budget's no great, then we're working within it and we're constrained.
Also signing players with a head coach.
Very true, although the boy with the long hair that fancies himself as Ron Ahan, basically, he'll be making other decisions. He even sits on the bench. Can you believe that?
He was because I had to nip out the country yesterday, so they had a feature interview with him at half time yesterday. Holy smokes, like, man, they talk some shite, I'll tell you. Like,
yep. Wired to the moon.
It was about the way the club wants to play, the way the club's philosophy. So the head coach is literally coming in to put a team on the park. Like, here's your players, fucking play. Yeah. Different.
Fans just want to win. Fans just want to win games. If United were a long ball team and it was effective and we won more than we lost, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I probably would still moan Rondo. I was what I say, I wouldn't have moaned. Yeah. Probably would.
Well,
but in general, you'd be happy because you just want your team to win.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, yesterday, but that feature come out and they were 3-2 down at half time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So they did win. Ultimately, they did go and win.
To Livingston. No, they just clawed back. They were 3-2 up. 3-2 up.
3-2 up.
But look at Motherwell again, for example. They've played unbelievable football this season. That's not going to be I wouldn't be surprised if that's no anything remotely close to what they're producing next season. And it's probably not going to be as effective. This is, to me, it's a bit of an anomaly. Like, they've brought this boy in, nobody'd really heard of him. Maybe connoisseurs of football would ken that he was a player and whatever else. I'd never heard of the boy. And he's got this ragtag bunch of players that at the start of the season you would have looked and thought, I wouldn't want Paul McGinn in my team. I wouldn't want Stephen O'Donnell. Maspanisi, he's just a roadrunner. And he's got them all playing, all these no-name players on the face of it, to a lot of people in Scottish football. He's got them playing brilliant football. But it's not going to last. And the fans are enjoying it just now because it's so unusual. But in general, football fans just want to see their team win. Just win. And when you're playing shite and winning, you can tolerate it. When you're playing shite and you're not winning, it's a fucking chore.
Yeah. Yeah. Nine home games in the league in a row, Motherwell, and they've not conceded a goal.
Yeah. With Paul McGinn and Stephen O'Donnell at the back. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I still wouldn't take them at Tannadice, but he's getting more than a tune out of them. He's getting an album out of these boys. Never mind a tune. It's unbelievable. It's an anomaly. That'll no last.
Yeah, especially if he rocks up at Aberdeen as their manager, but see what happens.
On that pitch,
I reckon they'll appoint John McGlynn.
I think he'd be off his head to go up there. He has got the best gig that he's ever going to get. Then I'll leave it. His team is better than Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Money talks, Rondo. Money talks. Yeah, money talks.
Dozen and a half. A few results to throw out. Just our second away league win of the season against Livingston the other day. It was one of them a month ago that it felt like a bit of a turning point for just going down there to win, which sounds really daft, but again, another bit of a bogey fucking team and pitch. Mm-hmm. Away for him, certainly. It's never been a great time, but it was a big win that night.
It was a big win and a good performance. We got both. Like, nobody could have complained about that. The only thing is, when you get a good win and a big performance like that against the team at the bottom of the league, who were pretty poor on the night, then that's when you can look and think, right, okay, how good were we? But it felt, watching the game, certainly, that we were very good that night. I totally enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed the performance, and certainly was happy with the win. And you hoped that they would kick on for that. and they didn't.
No, we had the setback in the derby and then an absolute reality check as well the week later.
Yeah, the derby was really disappointing. We were terrible. We didn't look up for it. And how you can't be up for a derby, I don't know. And then the week later, that was Parkhead, wasn't it? That was just a waste of Abdi's time, really. So yeah, just disappointing. After the higher Livingston, albeit you've got to caveat that with the fact that Livingston aren't having a great season and they're a poor team. But after the higher beating them to the next two games, you barely lay a glove on the opposition. Disappointing, Ronda.
Where is the season report card so far at this minute in time?
It's probably like a C-, if I'm going to give you a teacher's grade. I just think it's been underwhelming. I just think it's been underwhelming. And I know that we can still get top six, but I don't believe that we will. I just, from what I've seen from 22 games, I kind of see us getting top six.
Well, I mean, you've got an 8-point swing. Again, there's a game in hand, but it's a lot to ask in the next
I think it's a lot to ask.
games,
Yeah,
11 games.
Yeah, we've got 11 till the split. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I'd be never say never.
Taking finishing position in that out the way, out the equation. Worried about looking over the shoulder at where like 11th and 12th are at the moment, 14, 11 points behind one?
No, I'm not personally. No, and I would like to think nobody is. Like we should still as a club be looking up the way because it is still achievable, albeit in my opinion it's a long shot, but it is achievable. Like it's not like it's an impossible task. So you've still got to be going for it. But just from what I've seen, like the fact that we've only won 5 games, like you're probably going to need to win another at least 5 or 6 to get into the top 6, I would assume. And I just didn't. That would take quite a big turnaround, and I've not seen any evidence that we're capable of that.
Yeah, out of the final fixtures, obviously with St Mirren needing rearranged, there'll be Hearts, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, Celtic, Livy and the St Mirren game all at home as we go into it. And like I say, Hearts up next. They play Celtic the day, 3 o'clock. 8 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. The much joy to everyone on the Saturday night. And the kind of, again, the analytics team just bend players left, right and centre, adding another striker on the back of Shankland being out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Different world that they're operating in just now, Ronda.
Oh, they'll not tell you that though. They'll say it's even, but I think you're shelling out a bit of dough there, lads.
It's a miracle that they're doing as well as they are. They've got a squad of about 72 players.
You think they'll win the league?
No, I don't. I think Rangers will win the league. Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
What's in that cup?
Yeah. So it's boiling water in one and pineapple juice in the other, Ronda. There's no alcohol here. Yeah, I do. I just think it, and I'm not saying that because I think that they're playing great football, but he's getting them pulling in the same direction. He's getting results. He's getting results, and that's how you win leagues. Celtic, you can never rule them out, but I'd still be amazed if Hearts won the league. Absolutely stunned. And I know that was there a 6-point gap or something, but they've all still got to play each other.
Obviously,
they've got to play each other a good few times.
The day.
They do, yeah.
So,
for me, it'll be Rangers that win the league.
By the time this goes out, Hearts could be 6 points ahead of. They could be 9 points ahead of Celtic. They could be 6 points ahead of Rangers, depending on how they got on the day. Or it could be a lot closer. So I don't think Hearts will win the league either. But
no, you going Celtic?
Well, I would have just through type, but I mean that's an unbelievable shout for you. I hope there's other podcasts start cutting you up for shitey paper and clipping you.
I hope so as well.
Road does.
But see, to be honest though, see if it's Hearts, Celtic or Rangers, or the Rangers, sorry, I couldn't care less, Rondo. Like people are like, it'd be great to see Hearts winning it. How? I don't support Hearts. You don't support Hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
How is it going to be great to see? If it's no United winning, that's no great. Doesn't matter what's winning it. So, no.
Yeah, there's a wee bit of
I could not care less, but I think the Rangers are probably, they've found a wee bit of form at the right time. I think if they can keep that going, it wouldn't have surprised me if they took the title.
Yeah. Look at the league table as well, actually. Just Motherwell have drew the same amount of games as us.
Yes, but they've probably won a lot more.
110, lost 3. Rangers have drew 8 and lost 2, which is mad, because I've always said that we draw too many games, but I think that's crazy that Motherwell are like, yes, they have won more games, I get that, but that's nuts. I think that was right at the start of the season.
Yeah, well, that was it. They started with 4 or 5 draws at the very start of the season. But there's not much in the league. There really isn't. On any given day, anybody could usually bet whatever they're playing. But on most given days this season, we've just not got enough to get the 3 points. And that's how we find ourselves down in 8th position.
Yeah. What are we expecting for Hearts next week? Bearing in mind we've not seen the game of the day yet, obviously.
Well, they're obviously going to make another several signings in the coming days, probably. So you didn't even care what Hearts team you'll be up against. A few weeks back, I thought, well, they're going to be missing Shanklin, they're going to be missing Devlin, my mate, they're going to be missing Beningame, my mate. So, like, I took that as a positive, but then they just sign all these other boys, and you're like, well, are they any good? Are they? They probably are going to be good. Like the boys' system for finding and developing players, and it seems to be on point. Like he seems to care what he's doing. So I don't know. Like any time I've seen Hearts this season, and I hope that this doesn't come back to bite us in the arse, I've not been overly impressed. I really haven't. Like they've won more games than anybody else. I think just looking at the fact that they're top of the table by so many points, they've obviously done something right. But they've no blown us away. So the 2 games that we've played against them, the first game, I think we were a wee bit unlucky because it came after one of the European games. It wasn't it was poor defending ultimately on the day that's cost us. Set pieces, fucking, that we've no mastered this season at all defending them. And then the game through at Tynecastle, we were really unlucky, I thought, to get the 1-1 draw. Like we played really well. We played really well that day, and we could have got more. I think there was a couple of goals that we were just offside for, and I can't offside's offside, but like, you know, just a wee bit better at the other end of the park, and we probably could have got the 3 points that day. So I'm hopeful, but like we'll just have to wait and see. Like I wouldn't have put any money on United getting a win next week, but I really hope that we can, because we're needing it, especially if the talk for the club, which rightly so, is still going to be we're still aiming for top 6. Like if you are, then you've got to win a game like that, regardless of what Hearts are in the league. Don't be scared of them. Just get wired in about them.
Yeah. They've got a near 20 players who are known, Hearts.
Oh, I joke about their squad size. They must have the biggest squad. I saw a graphic probably at the start of the season. It was a Hearts fan. It was the boy Joel Sked for the TV programme. And he put like goalkeepers, and there was 3 or 4 goalkeepers, and he had every position in it. Like it was a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3 or something. They've got so many players for every position. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that wage bill.
Oh, it'll be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Compare ours, it'll probably be about 3-4 times. Easy.
That's just on Shanklin's wages.
Correct. So, but we're still paying him as well.
The fact they were able to go to Birmingham this week, bring the boy Leonard up on loan, who has played for Birmingham a season and probably just cover his wages, tells you, you need to get.
Yeah. That's what we're up against. But like we've got players in that team that can. We've seen them play well. We've seen United play well this season, just not often enough.
Yep.
So I've got to believe that we can still do it. But like it needs to happen. It needs to happen really soon.
8:00 on a Saturday night, loving life.
That's the best time to gel. As a team, that's the best time to gel. Telling you.
You'll have maybe calmed down and stopped going to the bog for the Friday night.
I'll still be on the bog.
Yeah, so Hearts up next, Saturday, 8 o'clock on the TV. Buy me a coffee week this week then, Paul.
More coffees getting bought, Rondo. Jeezy. Peeps, so Bobby Orbit on X bought 2 coffees. I have a £10 bet on United to win the cup at 25 to 1. I don't think you're getting 25 to 1 now, Bobby Orbit. I think this can be our year. So 2 coffees in honour of beating Ayr. 4 next time if we beat the Spartans, then who knows. Very grateful for your insights, knowledge and humour every Monday. Makes a London-based Arab feel Dundonian again. Cheers. Cheers to you, Bobby. Bill Hutton bought 10 coffees. Bill, did you win the Euro Millions, buddy? Thanks for the podcast. Always look forward to listening to the match summary and all the other nonsense. Cheers from sunny and stinking hot Perth. Perth Arabs. Now, Rondo, I am assuming Wealthy Bill, as he will now be known, isn't it on about Perth just along the road? He canna be. But thank you very
Absolutely
much.
not. He is
Thank you very much.
sunning himself down under.
He isn't a half. Michael Ferry bought 5 coffees. Paul's sunny disposition sustains me during my daily commute from New Jersey into Manhattan. Thank you very much, Michael. Someone
I'll
bought
maybe
3
claim him
coffees.
for that coffees when I'm there, and I'll maybe claim them in March
Well,
when I'm there.
I might try and befriend Michael because I would love to get out of Manhattan at some point in my life. We'll see. Michael, you're great.
You can't.
You're
You
looking
can just
very
book
well.
a flight yourself. You can
Can,
just
but
log in and book a flight. You didn't need other people to do it.
No, but I'm looking for like some place to put my head down at night, you know. So
Freebie.
maybe
I hear ya.
basically,
I
like
hear ya.
I'll bet him coffees for the duration. That'll be fine. Anyway, someone bought 3 coffees. Great job every week, lads. Please tell my mate Anders to stop talking slavers about everything United and politics. Arabest. Anders, stop with your shite, mate. And Graham Mackenzie bought a coffee. Love the pod, guys. I've been a United fan since the early 80s. Being from Blairgowrie, I was a big Ian Redford fan. My youngest was 11 this week. His hero was Big Ross. He was due a shout-out on Saturday, so this is the next best thing. Can you wish Ewan Mackenzie a happy birthday? All the best, guys. FTD 83. Ewan, happy birthday to you, buddy. And I hope that your old man doesn't let you listen to this nonsense. But all the best.
You learn some new words. Let's get into the Tannadice Test then, because it wouldn't be an episode without some fun for 5 rounds. Player profile to kick us off, Paul. Born December 19th, 1995. A 6-foot winger. Was signed on June the 12th, 2014 by Jackie McNamara. Went on to make 108 appearances, scoring 14 goals.
Chris Erskine?
Chris Erskine. It's no.
Chris Erskine. A winger, 108. That's a long time he's played there. Can't think. I'm not very good at this game anymore. Can't think, Rondo.
We'll come up against him on Saturday.
Still can't think, Rondo.
Blair Spittle.
We're calling him a winger.
The Arab archive call him a winger or a fullback.
Rondo, nobody ever has referred to Blair Spittle as, the winger boy. No, nobody. You are being dodgy when it comes to these questions. Michael O'Neill was never a striker. Blair Spittle is never a winger. You're at it.
Arab archive has Blair Spittle listed as a winger or a fullback.
I need to speak to Mr.
And
Arab archive.
Everyone knows Michael O'Neill started as a striker. Round number 2, higher or lower. Strap yourself in, Paul, for some PTSD. Mark Birighitti had 6 clean sheets in his 30 games for United. Yes, I know. Is Callum O'Hanlon's clean sheets in his 38 games higher or lower?
It's got to be higher. By 1.
Number?
He has 7.
By
he has
1.
7.
7. He didn't have 7, but it is higher. He had 10.
And we still got relegated. I'm pretty sure he was the keeper and we got relegated that year.
No worry, we'll speak about that on Friday night.
But I get he kept
Season
a clean sheet
snapshot.
against Alkmaar.
He kept 6.
Amazing.
And then you'd flake your wrists at Parkhead, mind, and then blamed everybody else.
But he hadn't flicked the rest of the season, Rondo.
Believable. Season snapshot then. United finished in 8th place, which was an improvement on the previous year's 9th place finish, despite accumulating fewer points in this campaign. United were knocked out of both domestic cup competitions by Aberdeen, went in the League Cup semis and the Scottish Cup quarters, both by a score of 1-0. United used 29 different players, with a further 3 named as subs who did not make an appearance on the pitch. 13 players scored for United, with the team scoring just 52 goals in total, the top scorer of which got 10. 8 United players were sent off. One of them didn't actually get a booking the whole season, but got sent off. 20 players received at least 1 yellow card. We got a total of 70 cautions. 9 players were signed during the season, with a public total transfer cost that we know about of £750,000. 7 players left during the season, and the club went on to make a transfer profit of around about £500,000. What season is it?
It's the 90s. I'm thinking.
A lot of info in that. There's a lot of info in there.
I'm going to say that would be 97, 96. 97, 96. 96, 97 even.
97.
No, I take that back.
Either way,
97, 98.
Either way, your date's wrong.
Yeah, miles out. 20 year out.
1999, 2000.
Okay.
Well, it was some trivia about that season.
For that year, who did we must have sold somebody for big money.
Billy Dodds.
Billy Dodds.
I'll give you some trivia, though. Joachim Faraz, 6 league goals, came in consecutive games 3 times. He found the net in the first 2 matches of the season, had a 14-game gap until 2 in his next 2 games, before taking 6 matches to fire in his next 2 goals, and he only finished on the losing side once after scoring in the league.
Yeah. Did he not score 2 Derby winners as well?
He did indeed. Rose the highest. Who also, the Derby he scored in, I want to say Magnus Skoldmark scored the other.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
He did. Also played for Airdrie, Celtic, Kilmarnock, Livingston.
Airdrie, Celtic, Kilmarnock and Livingston. Airdrie, Celtic. Pass.
David Fernandez.
Should have got that. People will get that in. People will get that in because he was first at Airdrie, wasn't he? He was first at Airdrie.
Who am I? I came through the youth system at United. Played for Scotland at under 16, youth and under 20 level, and appeared to have made the breakthrough with frequent appearances for United in 2002-2003. I made my debut as a sub against Hibs in March 2002. I made my full debut against Hibs in April 2002, and my last goal for United was against Hibs. My squad numbers at United were 40, 28 and 26. I spent 2003-2004 on loan at Ross County, then left Tannadice in January 2005 to join Boston United. Who am I?
Good for United to Boston. And for some reason, when you were starting all your clues, I was thinking Stuart Duff, but it's no Stuart Duff. Boston
Stuart
United.
Duff.
No. I've no idea. Love the goal against Hibs, though.
You've mentioned his name this episode, but it's not the same player. But you have mentioned the name.
Doesn't help, Rondo. I've got a memory like a sieve. I'm weird.
He's the same name as a Motherwell player you wouldn't have in your team.
O'Donnell.
Stephen O'Donnell.
Stephen O'Donnell.
Yeah. Ended
Would
up
never got that.
obviously up the road.
He did. I remember that. Yeah. Would never have got that. That was tricky.
Could still be here
Yeah.
next week. Well, he gets shoot you ins this week, so you know what I mean. Well, it'd be tricky now and again.
Good then.
Right. Loan report and all that jazz. What's been happening with our loanies?
Miller Thompson at Ross County and Scott Constable at Airdrie. Miller and Scott both started this one on the bench, and that is where they would both stay for the full game as County snuck the 3 points in this one with an 87th minute goal to take the win. Charlie Dewar at Alloa. Charlie and his Alloa side were in action last Tuesday night when Sean Dillon and Montrose were the visitors to the Indodrill Stadium. As always, Charlie has started this one, played a blinder, scoring his first 2 goals in professional football and helping his side to a 4-1 win on the night. Then on Saturday, he was off up the A9 to face league leaders Inverness. As always, he was in his usual starting spot in the back line, and once more he'd get the full 90 minutes. It wasn't to be the best of days for young Charles, though, as the Highlanders, despite trailing 1-0 at half-time, ran out relatively comfortable 3-1 winners. Harry Welsh at Stirling Albion. Harry is still waiting to make his first start for Stirling, but he has been getting some action at least. This past Saturday, he was up at Station Park and had to wait for 71 minutes before being introduced to the action. The game would finish 1-0 to Stirling, meaning Harry picked up his first win bonus. Calvin Beattie at Brechin City. Calvin may have moved to Brechin a few weeks back, but they haven't had a game since he joined. So Saturday's match against Nairn County was looking like being his debut for the Hedge men. But when the team was named, he was nowhere to be found. Can only assume that Calvin has picked up an injury. Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. Lewis and his Cove side travelled to face Hamilton on Saturday, and once again Lewis would start this one in midfield. Wouldn't it be the happiest of days for him, though, or Cove in general, as they lost 2-0. Lewis played for 81 minutes. Lewis Haldane and Finlay Simpson at Jeanfield Swifts. Both goalie Lewis and striker Finlay would make their debuts for Jeanfield on Saturday, with Lewis starting the game and Finlay taking a seat on the bench. It was a wild game all told, and Finlay would come on in the 55th minute and score a double in the second half as Jeanfield ran out 7-3 winners on the day. Defence is on top, Rondo, in a weather-battered match. And I'm led to believe that young Josh Holt has been loaned to Lochie United for the rest of the season. I've no idea if they played yesterday, then I can't if their game was on or off. The academy team. The under-19s were through on the West Coast last midweek on league duty, but lost 1-0 to St Mirren. This upcoming week, the under-19s are at home to Celtic on Monday evening. That's at Foundation Park. That one has a 7 p.m. kick-off. Then on Friday, they're also at home to Hearts. Not sure what time that one kicks off, Rondo, but it's bold to go up against a live Dode Fox podcast show. That's all I'll say on that one. The women's team. Last weekend at Foundation Park, Livy were the visitors. It was a scrappy affair with not much good play on view, and it wasn't until the 83rd minute of the match that the deadlock was broken. And it was United that broke it with a rocket of a finish from Maisie Stewart. That looked like it would be enough to secure all 3 points, but Livy would prove to be party poopers, and they managed to notch an equaliser in the 90th minute to secure a share of the points. This weekend, the ladies are due to travel through to Glasgow to face Queen's Park, weather permitting. And this past week, the team also found out they would play Montrose up at Lynx Park in the quarter-final of the Scottish Cup. That game is on the 15th of February.
So there you go. So this week then, it is our evening with Andy McLaren and Robbie Winters. It is completely sold out. And we're looking forward to heading to the Bonner Hall. So the important bits of information that Abdi needs.
When's the bar open?
I'll get to that. It is a cashless venue. It is card payment only. They do have Challenge 25, so bring ID if you are as youthful looking as me, because you will be asked for it. The doors open, or the bar opens at 6:30. The doors to the seats, auditorium, call it what you will, open at 7. The show will start at 7:30. It'll end about 10:30. There will be an interval. You'll be fine. It is £4 a beer. It's £3.50 for a house spirit. It's £2 a juice. £6 for a glass of wine. And especially for Martin, it's £3.50 for a tequila rosé. Or a tequila rose, whatever it's called.
He'll bring you in.
The raffle. He might actually do that. The raffle's £2 a ticket. Again, card payment only on that. What have we got prizes wise? There's a signed top, there's signed prints, there's a United Tartan gift set, there's a £60 spend at a bar just down the road. And when you come in to the Bonner Hall, you'll get your tickets checked as you go in. On the left is the bar, straight ahead of you will be the raffle, and the Q&A cards are next to the raffle table, so you can get your questions in before the show for us to ask Andy and Robbie on the night. And then through the right hand side there'll be tables and chairs there, and then through the right hand side is into the auditorium. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's getting halfway real now we're in the final, because it was about 12 weeks ago this all got announced and went on sale and stuff. So yeah,
yep,
it's coming.
I'll be here before we know it, Rondo. Should be a good night.
Yeah, well, so yeah, we will post up these bits and bobs throughout the week on the socials. We're at Dode Fox Podcast. But yeah, as a cashless venue, tickets being emailed to me. It's a barcode. Bring your barcode, it'll get scanned and stuff like that. Any questions, shoot us up on the socials or via the website, dodefoxpodcast.com. But yeah, should be a good in. Raffles, again, profits of the raffle will be donated to one or two charities and stuff. We'll announce that on the night. Who that's going to. Again, your generosity at previous raffles has been amazing. Like I say, it's £2 a ticket. Bit 10 if you really want to. Some great prizes in there as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And again, questions. Think about your questions. We're going to do a lot of maybe the more obvious stuff in terms of career and time at United and all that. So again, think maybe even outside the box or something. It could be something completely random. It could be, anything like that, but get them in before the show, and we'll get through as many as we can, as always, in the second half. The likelihood is this show will never be broadcast. It will literally just be for those there on the night. Q&A certainly never gets broadcast. So yeah, if you are going and you've got that question and if you're not going, if you're not able to go, but there is a question you would like to get asked, certainly chuck it to her, and if we can add it and we could go back to you, tell you the simplest term and answer. Because some people always do that. There's always somebody who goes, oh, I would like to ask. Just tell her, because we could maybe throw it in. And what was your pre-match meal or something daft? Like, well, we know, it's not daft because people could be interested, but something like that. But you can certainly, drop us a line if that's something that we could do. But looking forward to it. It'll probably be a long week.
100% it'll be a long week. That will be a long week. There's no doubt.
Yeah, but yeah, bar opens 6:30 and you can get a beer for £4, or a house spirit for £3.50 if you want to go mental. So, yeah, should be a good one. Let's say we'll keep all the details out on the socials as well, and I will look forward to seeing you on the night. On this day, Paul, it's sparse. I've only got 2 games to tell you about. 26th of January, starting in 1992, it was the Scottish Cup third round. Berwick were the visitors to Tannadice. There would be no upset as United led 4-0 at half-time through Malpass Ferreira and a Duncan Ferguson double. John O'Neill and an own goal completed the scoring for the day. It finished United 6, Berwick 0. Barry Robson and Craig Conway scored for United, secured a 2-1 victory over Killie at Rugby Park in 2008. Despite a late goal from Gary Wales, United held on to strengthen position in the table. Lucas Zaluska made his competitive debut for United, as did Mark de Vries off the bench.
A good player.
I like de Vries. I think handful. Real handful, but yeah, 2-1 win, and that was it. There was no real signings, no birthdays. Nobody wanted to do much on the 26th of January, it seems.
It's fair enough. Everybody was still hungover for their Burns night meal.
Yeah, because that Zaluska would have been, obviously, the Monk would have played that first few months, because he obviously signed in the summer and then got injured, didn't he, Zaluska?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, he did.
Goalies, man.
Yeah. And then Zaluska just chased the dosh, ultimately. Went and sat on a bench, got splinters in his backside for a number of years, and probably went back home loaded.
They'll not be the first, and they'll certainly not be the blooming last, that's for sure. But that is it. Episode 320 feels like a bit of a filler episode, given there was no game. But we are there, and like I say, we head on to the live show on Friday, and then Hearts Saturday night, 8 o'clock on Saturday. Find out more, doorfoxpodcast.com, or on the socials, Doorfox Podcast. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell on YouTube. You can support the pod, buymeacoffee.com/Doorfox Podcast. Do have a great week. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.